Hi, I'm Jen Groover. I am an author, international speaker, and serial entrepreneur, and I have written several books that have hit the bestseller list. My career began as an entrepreneur right out of college, and one of the best things that I learned as a young entrepreneur was how to leverage the power of the media. I really honestly don't believe I would have had as many successes in my career as I did and continue to have if I didn't understand that fundamental importance of how to utilize the media and how to leverage being able to storytell so succinctly. One of my favorite stories to back up this as evidence was when I launched the Butler Bag Company in 2006. As a young entrepreneur and also a young mother of twins, I had to have a shoestring budget in one of the most brand demanded industries in the world, the handbag industry. I had no idea what I was doing, but I knew the first thing I needed to do was invest heavily in getting as much press as possible to tell my story to make my brand successful. When we launched in 2006, the first thing I did was hit the media and tell my story as much as possible, everywhere possible. Everyone knows the first step in any great campaign begins with a press release. We started writing press releases, but back then, it was a little bit more difficult than it is today. You had to invest in a marketing team and a team of writers and a publicist. And when I launched these campaigns, they would be picked up by journalists all over the world, writing stories about me and the launch of my handbag company, the Butler Bag. The Butler Bag Company became a $1 million company in the first year of business. In one of the most brand demanded industries, that was difficult. But I swear that that happened because of all the media that surrounded my brand and what I was doing. In the second year, we actually hit 10 million in sales. That was unheard of back then, especially in the accessories industry. But when we hit 10 million in the second year of business, everyone was asking, how did you do this? And one of the biggest components I would always teach people about was how to get press, getting yourself media attention, talking to journalists, and leveraging your storytelling ability to the world was one of the most important things that I did in that journey. Since then, the Butler Bag Company has sold, and I've gone on to launch many other companies and brands and continue to travel around the world speaking and teaching other companies and brands how to accelerate their success. As I said before, media is one of the most important components. PresswireToday.com is actually a disruptive company in the Presswire world. When we begin a media campaign, we always begin with a press release. Why is that? Because you want to control how your story is being told. And in a press release, you can say succinctly how you want your story to be told and heard. Then once it's sent out into the press wires, it gets picked up by other media outlets and journalists. So when the journalists approach you afterwards, they already have an idea of what your story is and how you want it told. It becomes an incredibly powerful tool. Well, Presswire Today is even more exciting because it merges the old newswire strategies of just saying your story with a format that looks like an article. And so it's not just words anymore, the way it used to be, but it also has the ability to have links for videos, as well as images, as well as your social media handles. All of these things weren't capable of before, and they weren't as easy to use as Presswire Today. Presswire Today allows the power to go into the business owner or the brand to tell their story almost immediately. It used to take days to get press releases out to the world. You'd have to have copywriters, you'd have to have publicist approval, and marketing teams behind you. This format allows you just to answer a few questions and comes back with a well-written article about you and your company so that you can send it out to over 4,000 media outlets and journalists to get your message out to the world.